I'm Sasha.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Krista, and we're going to show you today how to make a little ghost with electronic textiles and LED lights.
Woo! Today we will be using a glove, a needle, 2 batteries, scissors, 2 battery holders, 4 LED lights, conductive thread, felt, and fabric glue.
Let's get started. Making our light up glove requires us to glue down with the fabric glue our battery holders and our LED lights. So we're going to take the glove and first lay out and position our battery holders. Make sure that they are both facing the same direction, positives toward the bottom, negatives toward the top of the glove. Our LED lights will be placed like so. You must take great care when putting your glue on to not let the glue get into any of the holes. This ruins the conduction that will be created in later steps. Be sure to hold the battery holder down for at least 30 seconds to make a strong bond. Then you'll continue on to your next battery holder.
Even after waiting the 30 seconds to dry, they might not always adhere. Don't panic, they'll be sewn on and stable due to the conductive thread.
And just like that, you're ready to move on to the next step.
So now we're going to start sewing. We need our conductive thread and also our needle. As you can see, the thread is already through the needle. Also, we have tied a knot at the end of the conductive thread. We want to make sure the battery holder and the LED light both have their matching charges lined up. For example, the negative on the battery holder, it has to match the negative on the LED light. We also want to not forget to wrap the battery hole and the LED light hole 4 times with the thread.
These stitches create a circuit that sends electrons down a pathway from the battery to the lights. During the sewing portion of this design challenge, be sure to always pull the string all the way through in each stitch. This way, the thread will be tight and prevent snags or tangles. The tighter and closer the thread, the stronger the conduction.
Now that we've tied down the LED light and battery holder, we want to tie a knot at the back of the LED light so that it's even more secure. So you're going to start by taking the needle and going through one of the loops that we've already sewn and start pulling it through. We want to make sure that there's a hole at the end because we want to put the needle through the hole. And then just continue to keep looping around. Make sure to pull it tight too, so that the knot stays sturdy. Now we're gonna cut the excess thread to make sure there's no fire hazards. So cut it to about 1/2 inch on both sides. So now that we've sewn down the negative side, we're gonna move on to sewing down the positive side. And it's important to remember that each thread, the conductive thread, doesn't touch each other.
Make sure to follow the same steps you did for the last line of stitching in this row as well.
Now that we put a new conductive thread through the needle, we're going to start with sewing the other hand.
Alright, now that we have the little 2 hands all threaded up, we're gonna now get our thread to the eyeballs. So what I did here is I got to the positive and built my circuit all the way through to the positive on this LED light. And I did the exact same thing that I did to this side onto this side, making sure that our threads, our positive and negative threads, do not cross.
Before we move on to our final step, which would be decorating, we've already added in the batteries into the battery holders, and now we're going to test it. So we switch from the off to on position. There go the hands, they light up. And then, ta-da! So now that we're sure that our circuits are working properly and we don't have to do anything else with the conductive thread, we can turn them back off and move on to the final step, which is decorating. So we used felt in various colors. I already pre-cut them with our scissors. So we have a cloud, a lightning bolt, and then a little bow tie. And then we're just gonna take the fabric glue and attach each piece of felt wherever you want it on your project. As with applying the battery holders and LED lights, make sure you press down firmly for at least 15 seconds to make sure the felt adheres. Another key piece of importance when attaching your felt is the same thing that applies when you're attaching your battery holders, in that you have to make sure the glue does not interfere with the conduction at any point. This can mess with the effectiveness. Because he's so darn cute, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little smiley face. Now that all this is done, you can see the completed project. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, we're good.